Money. How can we handle it better? What important monetary principles must you apply? Thank God for the money you have. Whether you have little or a lot of money, be grateful for it. Lack of money or even some deficiency in general, is not necessarily a negative thing. The lack of money prohibited some individuals from going on board the Titanic. They simply could not afford the price of the ticket for the maiden voyage of that great and luxurious ship. Though their insufficient funds caused them to feel disappointed, this shortage saved them from a death in the icy ocean when the ship sank. If you are grateful for the few things, God can also bless you with more things later on. Give away to others. Whether money is paid into your bank account or given to you directly by a certain person or institution, your money comes from God. Your bank account is simply a channel through which the money He has blessed you with flows to you. You should, therefore, be sharing what you have. Bless others with the financial blessings that He has blessed you with. This means that you will not expect these back again. This is also part of practical Christianity, namely adding works to your faith. James 2 verses 14 to 18. Whether it be new or second-hand, it is amazing to see the big difference your gift of a simple or low-cost tool, device, or machine can make in the life of the receiver. An electric toothbrush can enable a person with a physical disability to brush his own teeth, which he could never do before with an ordinary toothbrush. Your gift of a high-pressure washer can enable an unemployed person to start his own roof cleaning service or car wash. He can thereby earn an income for himself and be able to feed his family, and no longer rely on handouts. A key thing to bear in mind is that you could also be in dire need at some point or another. You will then also desire the generosity of others. Whether it be little or much, by giving to a needy person, you are busy sowing a harvest for yourself, which you will reap eventually. Galatians 6 verse 9, Philippians 4 verse 17. Do not, therefore, see the responsibility you have to help people close to you as a burden. Instead, see it as an opportunity for you to be blessed even further, though expecting some kind of reward should not be your motivation for giving. Because a giving hand is an open hand, it enables the giver to also receive things with that hand. You cannot expect to receive anything with a hand that is usually closed, in other words, a non-giving hand. Invest in your spiritual well-being. Do not be afraid to spend money on things that will help you grow spiritually. If you pray too seldom due to fatigue, buy energy drinks or vitamin tablets, which will help you pray more often, thus enabling you to please God more. Since you are then more obedient to Him, God can subsequently bless you in both spiritual and temporal things. 2 Samuel 24 verses 21 to 24 describes how Araunah's willingness to give his threshing floor, oxen, and instruments all to King David completely free, resulted in the king paying him a large sum of money for the threshing floor and oxen. Protect your money against depreciation. You cannot store your money under a mattress like people did many years ago. In this way, your money will definitely lose a great deal of its value. Your cash might even be stolen, lost, or damaged. Due to inflation, the $2,000 that you store away in this fashion may only be worth $1,440 in 4 years' time, if the average annual inflation was, for example, 7%. Put your money in a bank instead. For safekeeping and for short-term saving of about 3 months, an ordinary savings account is sufficient. If you want to save it for a longer period of 6 months or more, you should rather open accounts like a fixed deposit or a money market account, depending on how much you want to save. This will maintain or increase its current value. An important aspect of protecting your money against a reduction in value is to charge interest when you lend money to others over an extended period. If you lend someone $500 and only get it back after 2 years, he cannot simply be paying you back the same amount. If the annual inflation rate was 5% on average during this period, you would only receive $450 of the $500 you loaned. If you, however, charge the borrower interest, your money will be protected against decrease in value, in other words, depreciation. The rate of inflation will determine the amount by which it has decreased. To be fair, the person to whom you loaned the $500 must pay you back this same amount he borrowed, plus interest of 10%. The total amount due is therefore $570. Charging unreasonably high interest is not allowed, though. Ezekiel 22 verse 12. It may even be seen as a form of stealing. Planning ahead is an essential part of saving money, since it guides you as to how much money you should at least be saving, how often you should save, and over what period. If you plan to build a new wall at your house that will cost $1,200 in a year's time, it means that every month you should put away at least $100 for that purpose. If Joseph had not planned for the coming lean years, he would not have stored away food in the manner that he did, and Egypt would also have suffered from the widespread famine. Genesis 41 verses 29 to 57. If there had been no foresight, there would have been no provision. It is therefore wise to join the provident or pension fund available at your place of employment. These are also means of saving, as you are putting money away for the day you are unemployed, experiencing significant employment instability, or retired. Education and life insurance policies are also forms of saving, since you are storing finances away for future use.